Welcome back to this hell I call Snoot game that I'll never be able to escape. So recently, you know how there was the mod feature in the game that they added? Well, I was wondering if anyone would ever really do anything with that, but of course they would. Because here we have Trash's Snoot Saturdays, which I never really browsed too much of myself, so. But recently, people started mentioning mods that were being made for the game, so that's where I come in. And I downloaded this. There was like another thread where someone posted a mod. Let's see, but let me go into the thing. Mods, readme, blah blah blah. Funny thing is, I don't even like fan fictions to begin with, but this mod support allows these fan fictions. Ironic. Anyways, let me see if I can figure out how to install these. Ignore this. Don't ask what's in there. But let's see. We have Trish Route, which I cut contents. Blah, blah. I guess it's the. Wait a minute. 830. 499. I'll use the bigger one then. That's probably an updated version of it. That has a little more to it. Because these. Yeah, I'll do that. Because these are works in progress from what I understand. But yeah, I downloaded this, Revenge of the Dweeb, that, and Work in Progress, and a modding guide. So yeah, you can kind of look through these on Saturdays if you want to. You can figure all that out. Oh, and I also recently discovered the existence of this, which would have made making thumbnails a little easier. But here we have the archive, whatever the hell that is, some fan fictions and video content. Snootline Miami, a read route. This right here. Snoot, but Reed has a huge winkus. You can do this. I mean, like a part of it, you have to blur out, you know. But I'll give you a look at it in case you're into that kind of thing. A Rosa Hug mod. DS Snoot Game Patch 5. I don't know what the hell that is. Only works before patch 5. Oh god. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Replaces server by a huge penis. Dear God, I got shivers by typing that. Please kill me. Technically not a Snoot game mod, but still included. Place file in my documents, my games. Hotline Miami 2. Okay. Replaces that one scene in Moe's restaurant when Rosa hugs Annan. So Annan is crying now. A woman hugging me. Oh, finally. Can I do that with Rars, yes I can. Oh, finally. Oh, dear God. Okay, this is the bigger one. Unzip it. Okay, I'm gonna go and get this folder specifically. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna go to the mods folder, and I assume I just paste it. I don't know if I have to go inside here. No, it would have to be that folder. Alright, extras, mods, Trish Mod. Okay, that's how you do it, I guess. January 6, 2020 BC. Volcadera Bluffs. Weather conditions cold as balls. I'm guessing if I don't know if this is the case, but I bet if I press this, it triggers the... Or, wait. No, it would have to anyways, because I clicked the mod. Okay. I started it with the... Okay, never mind. Despite. Television repair. He was right. I'm just saying, what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Somebody explain that to me. The crew. It was like she was looking at human garbage. I'm assuming it's all just the same shit until I actually meet them. Wait, I didn't get the choice. Okay. So I didn't get the choice, I guess, so... Well, I technically didn't do this for round 2, so... Let's do this, then. As I try and fail to find some way to explain myself to Nazer, I also fail at actually finding Nazer. How the fuck did I even end up in the tar yard? After what feels like a space decade of walking, or really just half an hour, I find the crippled Pteron being accosted by a very pissed-off purple midget. Said you invited all those assholes. Wait, Trish, you don't understand. Don't cut me off, you gray piece of shit. Students are clearing out of the way, just trying to get to their classes. This must be a common occurrence. The diminutive Triceratops, Trish, bows her head and charges Nazer. He just holds a hand out to her forehead. Get your hands off me! Trish, I'm not gonna fight you again. The principal's already gotten on to me about the lockers from last time. Believe me, I had no idea the concert would have turned out like that. Liar! I just wanted to make sure you guys had an actual audience. What are you saying? You know what I mean. Come on. Ugh. She stops trying to gore Nazer and throws her arms to her sides. Screw you! Even if you weren't trying to mess with Fang, screw you. She stomps off. Huh. Someone's feelings been hurt. What was that all about? Oh, Hannon, don't worry about it. It's nothing. You know, girl issues, right? it's a red waterfall. Let me tell you. Oh boy. Ha ha ha. Sure. Sounds like she was grilling you about the concert. Some concert, right? Actually, about that, and most, if you are not within my office within 10 minutes, I swear on my mum, I will personally mount you on my wall. I swear. I should probably take care of that. A layer of cold sweat makes its presence known. Again, I didn't have the choice of going to Spears or Naser first. It can wait. The office is down this hall on the right. I know the way, but thanks. Naser waves and heads off. Guess it's to the principal's office with me. Again. Back to the lab again. And thinking about him makes me think about last night. You're not the only person in the world. Poor Naser man. Just wanted to help his sister. But it's not like he did anything wrong. Then there's Trish, I think. She seems super serious about the whole ordeal. Just as I reach the office, the sound of clinking glass draws my attention to the apricot ass pane and some pink raptor. Is that contraband, Reed? Bro, you know I've been in a band for like a year now. No contraband in your backpack. Nah, I left my games at home. To trade with people and no takesy backsies. When it's I think when I was a kid I traded a bowling game that I got for like my birthday or Christmas for the Simpsons game on the PS2. So I'd say that was a pretty decent deal. Well, Naomi facepalms, or whatever counts as a facepalm with a snout. Reed, you have a bong in your backpack. But I don't have anything that goes inside the bong. That's the difference. That's why people are allowed to sell bongs in the first place in stores. But aren't we in Britain? That will forever be the best screen cap out of all of them. Let me tell you. You're impossible. Naomi huffs and returns her focus to a stack of papers on the desk, leaving a satisfied raptor in her wake. Works every time. I need to learn how to do that. It's all about misdirection. Deuces. What the fuck just happened? Oh, Annan, I didn't see you there. Just in time to finish your paperwork. Paper what now? Go inside. Principal Spears will finalize it with you now. But yeah, blah blah blah. Also, I don't think I got the choice to ask Naomi about whatever the fuck. So I push open the usual side entrance I take and enter the hallway that's starting to become familiar now. Still occasionally glancing at the room numbers just to make absolute sure, I noticed someone in the counter current walking past. It was one of the bass players from the concert 2 days ago. Isn't this supposed to be Fang that's... Wait, isn't this scene supposed to have Fang in it? I'll check and make sure. Nazer called her Trish, right? Glancing at her for a moment, the expression on her face sort of reminds me of something. It was probably just leftover embarrassment from the concert, but she seemed to have a lost look on her face. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be Fang, but it's completely replaced. Or maybe it was confusion. Or a mix of the two. Either way, there's something on her mind. I can't help but think that must be how I looked on my first day. But it was my first day of school. She had been going here all year. What's her excuse then? Either way, it doesn't look like she recognizes me. Objective 1 out of whatever the current year is accomplished then. Next one is memorizing the class schedule. And that says it's homeroom in 15 minutes. Homeroom, which I share with Naomi. Ugh. She's just too sweet. And like, obnoxious. Or some shit. I don't know how to describe it. I can't find the right way to put it. Just like I said. But she feels so movie-like. Like an act. Day 4, Annan. Day 4. What the hell? Why is she getting angry all of a sudden? Does she have mood swings? Is she a junkie? She is a trigger after all. Typical. Oh God, don't come any closer. I'm sorry. I don't want to be on World Star. I don't want to be on Public Freakout. I don't want to get gored by a junkie trigger. What a hypocrite. It's like, oh, I'm a spear chucker, is that it? Skinny. Yeah. Did you see where they went? The group with the, they was about this tall. Have you seen them? Dinosaurs? No, punk clothes, red hair, pink tail, hair buns. Are you describing one person? No, it's multiple. They're dinosaurs, right? Right? What? I don't know where they went. Ugh. Some help you are, you stupid monkey. Go throw feces at somebody, you damn dirty ape. Well, excuse me. Well, excuse me, princess. And just like that, she's gone. Out of my life forever. I seem to have this effect on women. I call them poison pheromones. But it is relieving that she didn't recognize me. Guess nobody told her. The staccato of the bell signals my tardiness for class. My class with Naomi. If there is a Jurassic God, please make Naomi miss homeroom today. I'll even offer a goat sacrifice. Two for the price of one. That shit still makes me laugh. A femoid. I spat on my screen. Okay, we're just meeting Fang, for real. The Snoot police are here. They're gonna get me. I need to take my hard drive and put it in the microwave. BRB. New shit. Okay, the scene was, I'm pretty sure, was exactly the same up until this point. And the songwriter, he just comes up with the funny song titles. That's very neat. That's very neat. I would love to listen to your band someday. I drag my chair backwards and clumsily rise from my seat. It was great meeting you guys. I'll be going back to my desk, though. Wait, I'm not done with you yet, monkey. You shouldn't call people monkeys, you know. I'll call them what I like. You're gonna get skinned, Libby. Let me tell you. 5 inches of pure masculine energy, let me tell you. It's even circumcised. I'll call him what I like. Anyways, I should really get started on homework. That's important. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Have I made that joke before? I don't remember. It just comes and goes. She has a very serious look on her face. Okay, I'm just gonna go until the new stuff happens. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go back. I'll introduce you to the whole band. Things been a bit under the weather, but I'm sure they'll like you. That is a different line. And then everything's, I'm pretty sure, is the same until here. Till Fang comes in. Oh, Fang, what took you so long today? Why me? Is that Anon? What's he doing here? No, it's not. No, it's the other new human transfer student with the dress sense of Rex Luthor. Every once in a while I still think about Batman vs. Superman, and I'm still not entirely sure what I watched. I still feel like it's a fever dream. With that Lex Luthor shit in that movie, like, Jesus. I should probably watch the longer version, though, at some point. Hey, Fang. What? He's poor. Like, super poor. I don't care. Come on, Fang. You know those lunch cards they have on posters near the principal's office? I said, I don't care. With that, she slaps the card right out of my hand. Wow. What a rude bitch. What was that all about? You gonna defend that bigot asshole? No, but... Good Fang, you just can't. You can't just... What's going on? Okay. What's... But Fang, you can't just... What's going on? All eyes are on us now. So much for not getting into trouble. Fine, if you're going to take his side, then I'll just eat alone. But... Fang. She wastes not another second on us, leaving the mess hall with tray in hand. A few seconds later, Trish comes to her senses, running after her friend. I'm left stupefied. Man, that's totally not how I wanted this to go. I'm very sorry, Annan. He retrieves my card from the floor for me, then leaves to find his friends. What the fuck just happened here? The next day. What started as a remarkably normal day turned into a slightly interesting one as soon as I've arrived at the school building. There are students everywhere, way more than usual, pouring out onto the street. I have no idea what's going on. Not until I spot two familiar faces in the crowd. Hey. What's happening? I can't believe they'd do something like this. It's gonna be okay, Trish. Seems like they didn't notice me. Are we already getting to that part? Alrighty then. Why the hell not? I'm about to ask again when a couple of loud bangs fill the air. Are those fucking gunshots? What the hell's going on? That's it, I'm going... That's it, I'm going in. Oh shit. Not listening to his friend, Reed fights his way through the crowd and into the building. What the fuck? What the fuck's happening? It's all kinds of fucked up. Reed, stop. It doesn't take me much to connect the dots. There's an active shooter in this school. My God. Could it be? Is that... Yeah, it's Fang. Well, shit. This is an awkward conversation I'm having right now. Well, I'm sure they'll take care of that. There's another gunshot. Around the same time, several police cars arrive, officers making their way through the crowd just as Reed has a moment ago. The students are visibly freaking out, many of them running away from the premises. We wait in silence for what feels like an eternity. In reality, it's probably no longer than 20 minutes. There are reporters on the scene now too, documenting everything with cold dispassion. Someone in the crowd cries out, pointing at the roof. There's movement up there, but it's hard to make out. Trish is absolutely hysterical. Who's that? And tell me, can you see them? Tell me, you stupid... This is already kind of stupid, but I like it. I can't see jack shit. More minutes pass. Another one. More movement. There's someone right by the edge of the roof, near a gaping hole in the fence. It's her. Trish is right though. It's definitely Fang. Wait, what's she... Well then, if it wasn't for Trish's anguished cries next to me, I could hardly believe what just happened. Fang, she fucking just. There were no more gunshots after that, obviously. while next to me, Trish got reduced to a shuddering mess on the sidewalk. The rest of the students eventually lost their interest and went home or wherever the fuck, I don't give a shit. I decided to stay behind with Trish. Not sure why, it just seemed the right thing to do. Around us, the police closed off the school building, medical staff going their rounds. Of course, Fang didn't survive the fall. We watched them load her into a black body bag and into an ambulance. I can't believe this is happening. I have no idea what to say to that. What can anyone say in this situation? I haven't even known Fang for that long. Me neither. We remain in silence for a long while, not counting Trish's sobs. It's early afternoon by the time the last bodies are hauled outside. Families of the victims are here already, wailing just like Trish. I cannot possibly imagine what they must feel. Thankfully, Reed seems to have survived the encounter. He's cornered Fang on the roof and got a bullet in the leg for that. Seems like Fang couldn't bring herself to shooting her friend, or perhaps she just missed her shot. Either way, he's alive at least. After a while, Trish's father comes to pick her up. Another trigger looking at me. Much like some redneck burnout, complete with a rusty red pickup truck. It takes a few tries to get her attention, but eventually Trish does rise. From the car, she looks back at me one last time, opening her mouth as if to say something. In the end, she takes her leave in silence. A few days later, school's been out since the incident. So far, there's been no official announcement whether or not the whole semester is going to be canceled. Would be just my luck, too. This whole thing seems so unreal, though. Did that really happen? Did Fang really shoot all those people? Feels like some fever dream, or a very detailed nightmare. Except it would have to be a nightmare I've shared with the whole town, because everyone just seems to be talking about it. And I do mean everyone. The same thing has been pouring from every news site and every channel on the TV. Following this week's events, the situation is dire for our beloved Volcano High. Principal Spears refused to comment, but many speculate he'll hand in his resignation soon. As for... Man, I'd hate to see Spears go. A total of 7 victims, including Nazer and Naomi. I was absolutely stunned when I first heard. Never could have guessed Fang hated her brother this much. That's insane. Been taken to the hospital in critical condition, the one who put an end to this gruesome rampage. The mayor saw it fit to bestow our hero with a generous grant in hopes of a full recovery. In fact, the mayor... I turned the TV off at that point. I couldn't care less about politics. But yeah, Reed's been named a hero by the media for his selfless sacrifice to apprehend the shooter. That's of course far from what he was actually trying to do, but I guess they need their sugarcoating. And as for Trish, well, I haven't actually heard anything about her. As Fang's best friend, you'd think at least one news outlet would track her down for an interview. But no, maybe she refused. That didn't stop them from doing these totally disingenuous interviews, though, with students that hardly knew Fang, I bet. All they could go on about is how terrible it is to bully people, and that this was a quote-unquote horrific surprise to them. As if they cared. As a matter of fact, I know some of them didn't care whatsoever, 'cause I remember them from the concert, laughing at the band with all the rest. I feel pretty bad about that now, too, like I somehow contributed to this. The weirdest thing about all of this is that I don't feel that bad. I mean, yeah, I'm sure I wasn't especially endearing to Fang, but she's been a dick to me too. If I've gotten there earlier and get trapped with her inside, perhaps I'd be dead now too. The skinny bigot. That's how she got to know me. And I don't really care that much about it. Like, I sleep just fine, I shitpost just fine. Hell, I've been playing video these past few days, with only mildly being annoyed about the headlines appearing about guns in schools and shit. This is odd, to say the least. Feels bad, man. Perhaps I should go outside today, get some fresh air. That sounds like a good idea. I take random streets, passing the time by looking at the shop windows and listening to video game OSTs. After a good half hour, my aimless wandering autopilots me to the school building. If it wasn't for the police tape barring the doors, I could hardly tell anything out of the ordinary happened here. So weird. Then again, life goes on. It might be a personal tragedy for some, but by large, this is just another crime scene. Makes me wonder when they're going to reopen. After this many deaths, how long of a grieving period would be appropriate? I can't see any cops around, so I'm fairly sure they're done with their investigation. No police says it may be, but it looks like I'm not all alone out here. She hasn't noticed me yet, too busy kicking pebbles around on the sidewalk. I should go talk to her, right? Or would that be creepy? Maybe I should just leave her alone. And yet, I can't find it in me to turn away. I mean, like, what the hell? I mean, like, what the hell? Not counting poor Nazar, her and Reed were the only ones who sticked with me. Trish even stood up to Fang on my behalf in the cafeteria. Seeing how she's doing is the least I can do. Hey, Trish. She looks back at me with a blank stare, like she's not sure who I am. Or something like that. No! She then decks me square in the gut. Then she runs off. What the fuck? Ugh. Yeah, right. Maybe not everyone is taking this as well as I am. You think? Trish was Fang's best friend, after all. Damn. I scanned the surrounding streets to see which way she went, but I can't spot her anymore. Quite the runner for how minuscule this little trigger is. Ugh. Go home, little trigger. Go home. I need to find that picture. Sheesh. Oh, she packs a mean punch, too. I make my way back to Skin Row, cradling my poor stomach. This is what I get for going outside into the real world. I should have just stayed home. Although I can't exactly blame Trish. Fang's dead. Freed's in the hospital. Is there anyone she can talk to about stuff? Is there anyone she can talk to about stuff? Her father didn't exactly seem like the listening kind, or the caring one for that matter. Why do I even care this much? Everyone's fighting their own battles. And again, to reiterate, I'm showing off all the stuff that was different. Everything else that's supposed to happen in the story up until that point does happen. So, yeah, obviously. Everyone's fighting their own battles. Yeah, that. I've never seen Trish talking to anyone else outside her clique, but she did mention someone a few days back. She was looking for a group of friends, I think. Hair buns, was it? Oh, yeah. That's not a lot to go on. Would it be possible to track down this person? I'll see what I can do tomorrow. The next day. I spend the following day endlessly scrolling social media profiles trying to track down this mysterious hair buns girl. I started at Trish's profile, spreading out to her acquaintances and people she's appeared on photos with. Sadly, hair buns narrows it down so little that in just 3 steps there are way too many potential matches. It doesn't help either that Trish's profile is hilariously sparse. Like I didn't take her for a popular girl, but there's barely any photos at all. There's a couple with whom I assume to be her little brother, and that's pretty much it. I spend the rest of the day playing video. Okay, so it might actually be different. I'll come back and check. I could have just pressed page up and... I'm stupid. I'm gonna try harder. I'm never gonna give up. It's not till way later in the evening that I call off the search. Okay, so it doesn't matter. There's a list of about 10 dinosaurs who could possibly be the one I'm looking for. But I seriously don't feel like messaging random girls to see if they know Trish. With my level of social skills, that'd be suicide right there. During the rest of the week, I on and off check if Trish or any of these girls updated their profiles with anything I could use to pin down which one of them might be Trish's friend, to no avail. Let me check one more time. I spend the rest of the day playing video. Okay. To no avail. What's more important, though, is that it seems school will resume next week. 2 weeks, huh? That's all a handful of lives are worth? Oh well. Monday morning, there's going to be a memorial with no classes afterwards. I would have used that as an excuse to skip a day, but apparently everyone is expected to be present. Whatever, I'll just stand in the back and try to remain invisible. People have seen me with Fang in the band, so the last thing I want is to be called on stage to give a speech. I can't even make proper introductions, let alone an obituary. It'd be a disaster. Not to sound disrespectful, but I really hope we can put this stuff behind us as soon as possible. I just want to have one goddamn normal semester. That went out the window a few days ago, man. Let me tell you. That ain't happening. Monday. The auditorium is packed to the absolute brim, and more. With the entire staff and several families, the media, and even the police present, people are flooding out onto the hallways. I'm not really a fan of the crowd, but for my own purposes, it's perfect. I stand by the door behind a larger stegosaurus, so that I shouldn't shouldn't be visible from the stage. From my little hiding place, I listen in on a few conversations, trying to weigh how many people are here because they care for Fang or the victims. Not a lot. Most of the students are too preoccupied talking about the past 2 weeks, relationships and all that. There are even a few laughs, but fortunately people have enough tact to suppress them fast. After a bit of searching, I managed to spot Trish, standing just a few meters from me. This time, I make no attempts at small talk. She notices my glare nevertheless, turning away with an annoyed, okay, kind of awkward. Is she mad at me or something? What for? She loses her interest in me as soon as Spears shows up on the stage. I can't see a lot from here, but even I can tell that in place of his usually confident demeanor, the principal appears just plain tired. These last few weeks must have taken their toll on him. He even has a subtle gout, proud shoulders slouched. Jeez. Thankfully, the students still respect or fear him enough to quiet down as he makes his way to the microphone. Good morning. As you may already know, a tragic event befell our establishment this month. An event which has taken the lives of many upstanding students, all of whom looked forward to a bright future. But it wasn't their merits alone on why we'll miss them. I tune out after that part. Scanning the crowd, I can tell many of them are getting bored too. Looking at Trish again, it seems like Spears' words got to her. Makes me wonder what kind of bright future Fang was looking forward to. Perhaps they've had big plans with their band or something along those lines. Though all I know, she could have been a top student as well. I turn my attention back to Spears, just as the unimaginable happens. And now I'd like to ask one of our very special students to say a few words. Anna and Muss, please come to the stage. Oh no. Oh God, please no. Anna and Muss? Gotta get away. Oh God. No. Thanks to my preparations, I'm able to slink out the back before anyone notices. Anyone besides Trish, but I don't really care about her right now. I don't stop till I'm way out in the garden, by the bench I broke on my first day here. Raptor Jesus on the fucking cross. What the hell was Spears thinking? In an attempt to silence my racing heart, I take a seat on another bench that's still in one piece. Can't even think straight. I'm gonna shitpost. It always calms me down. Shitposting will calm me. How many replies will I get this time? Let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3. Half an hour later, I submit my last post. Implying you fucking idiot. That should do it. Feeling so much better already. What was I worried about again? Death and despair and whatnot? Probably nothing important. Really, dude? Really? Hello there? Oh. DEFCON Level 3 warning! Vital signs monitoring activated. Automatic medical systems engaged. Morphine administered. Defensive weapon selection system activated. So that's where you've been. Were you looking for me? Yeah, shit for brains. Why do you think I'm here? Nice speech, by the way. Are you here to beat me up? Think you deserve it? No. I'm not here to hurt you, Annan. Huh? This has to be the first time she's called me by my actual name. So then, why are you here? I never did thank you. Thank me for what? For staying with me the other day. Oh, yeah. Don't mention it. You have a real way with words, did you know? I'm a real Casanova. That was sarcastic, right? Yes, you stupid monkey. It was sarcastic. No need to be a dick about it. Why are you out here, anyways? Needed some fresh air. Shit. I mean, yeah, I did too. Yeah, right. You just ditched Spears to play on your phone. No. It's like, okay, what the fuck could I have said to those people? I knew Fang for like 2 days. What did Spears expect of me? All I could have maybe said was how unique and brave on whatever Fang was. Not like anything that really mattered. Damn, man, and I didn't know you actually, like, have feelings and shit. Thanks a lot. Sorry, I mean, I thought you didn't care about Fang at all. Well, maybe I haven't known her for long, but she's a person too, you know. You live in Skin Row, right? How'd you know that? So you come through Kiwi Farm Avenue? I don't know how those people exist. Like, holy shit. Like those avatars and those signatures and those usernames, it's just... Ugh. 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 Like it's a good archive for things that happen with these types of people. You know, like that. Like it's good for that, but I don't want to actually read the normal posts from the users, you know. Just, no thank you. Life's too short. So you've come through Kiwi Farm Avenue on your way to school, yeah? Yeah? I'll meet you up on AstroTurf Corner, and we can walk to school together. Like if you want to. Dead best friends and all. Whoa. That's an unexpected turn. Yeah, I'll take that as a yes, you weird spear checker. See you tomorrow, then. You too. I stayed behind on the bench for quite some time, once again trying to calm the fuck down, stuffing the damn spaghetti back into my pockets. Ugh, it's everywhere. Oh, God. It's like a pocket dimension in there. I'm not cut out for talking with girls. In fact, what the fuck just... I'm about to ask myself what the fuck just happened when I realize... How many times have I used this expression since I've got here? Like, seriously. Really, though, so far the bulk of my experience in Volcano High has been being swarmed by crazy girls. First Naomi, then Fang, now Trish. Damn. When I put it like that, it almost sounds like I'm some Chad. Wait a minute. Shit. My fan. hmofa. When in reality, Naomi pitied me, Fang hated me, and Trish, well, I'm not yet sure what she's all about. But there's a good chance she'll beat me up eventually, and I'll probably pop a stiffy. And I'm not even in to fend them. What kind of idiot are you? Come on, man. That's the good shit. Commotion by the main entrance grabs my attention. Throngs of students are flooding out of the gates, chatting between themselves loudly. Sounds like the memorial is over. I'll watch them go. All these papier-mâché cut-out fools, oblivious to the suffering of others around them. Not like me. I'm a real humanitarian. Does even a single one of them really care about what happened? Maybe Naomi had a few groupies, or Nazer some jock bros. But will they really miss them? Them, personally. I doubt it. The next wave of people are the families of the victims, whom I can actually believe came to pay their respects. They look the part anyways. A single glance at them is enough to make me feel miserable. Following them are the police and the press, surrounding one figure. Spears. Huh. Kind of unique. Some unique assets, actually. Yeah, that artwork of Fang falling from the roof, that is a picture that already exists. I've seen that one posted before. Spears. Even now, they bombard him with questions. I can only make out bits and pieces, but it's clear that they all blame him, asking about his resignation and if his successor will be a dinosaur. Well, it's 2020. Okay, geez. Which rich white dinosaurs. It's disgusting how little regard they have for the Lazlos here. Like, yeah, I wasn't all that phased either, but at least I'm not trying to use a situation to push some insane agenda. Goddamn meteor dodgers. Spears takes the assault uncharacteristically calmly. He isn't so much as raising his voice, let alone threatening anyone with a suplex. They interrogate him for an unreasonably long time, no doubt to push him over the edge. Sadly for them, Spears doesn't waver. He's obviously getting tired, but he gives no opening for the mob to attack. All of his answers are calm and measured, but not cold or apathetic. Honestly, he's pretty fucking based. I can only hope one day I'll reach his power level. Damn straight. It's not till after the last of the news crews leave the premises that he allows himself a break. Shoulders drop, chest deflates. He's just less. I wouldn't say he looks vulnerable, but yeah, he looks fucking vulnerable. Let's talk to him. Oh, what the hell, let's go talk to him. I give him a few minutes to catch his breath, thinking about what I could even say to him. In the very least, I should apologize for leaving him hanging earlier. Although I still don't know what he was thinking. Sir? Oh, Hannon, didn't see you there. He flexes his shoulders again, probably to keep up appearances. Do you have any business with me? Once again, I have no idea what to say. How do normal people do social interaction? I don't know. I can't ask this grown-ass man if he's doing okay, like I'm his guardian or something. I wanted to apologize for earlier. Slight signs of amusement show one his ape-like features. Afraid you'll get in trouble? Well, 'cause you should be. What kind of trouble? The serious kind? Fuck. I should have thought about what I was doing. Blowing off a memorial of all things. Great, now everyone will think I'm disrespectful towards the victims and their families, and... Don't sweat it, son. Huh? With a long sigh, Spears takes a seat on the stairs, smile disappearing from his face. I'm the one who should be sorry. I shouldn't have called on you without first warning you about it. Speaking at a public event like this is a huge responsibility. Which is why I figured you'd run away. Feels like I should be offended by that. But I don't understand. Spears gives another deep sigh, looking past me towards the school building. I hate the fucking politics. I wait for him to elaborate further. Except he doesn't. So, believe me when I say that I've had my reasons. The rest doesn't concern you. Alright. Run along now, Annan. There's school tomorrow, in case you didn't know. Surely you've been keeping up with your homework. Right. See you tomorrow, sir. The next day. It's time for school. Oh. I turn off the alarm, rubbing the last segments of sleep from my eyes. Ain't no better way to start a day. At least I have something to look forward to today. Like getting an escort to school. Or, I'm escorting her. It's a mutual escorting. Actually, I don't look forward to it at all. It's so stressful being around people. Especially girls. Especially this girl, in fact. So far, I've seen two pretty contrasting sides of Trish. On one hand, she's this vicious crusader, threatening people with crowbars and all that. On the other, she's quite calm and not even a bother to talk to. Mostly. I mean, for how quick to anger and judgmental she seemed at first, now it feels like she's actually putting effort into our, friendship. Is it magical? Sure, yeah, let's go with friendship. We've talked to each other on at least 5 different occasions, so we're basically friends, right? Let's just not think about how, on one of these occasions, she sucker punched me, then ran away. Nor about how that other time we watched her best friend commit suicide. That was a little awkward. So yeah, we're practically best friends at this point. We're besties. Huh. Hold on. Fuck! Oh no! Could it be like, since we went through some trauma together, doesn't that mean we're, like, emotional and stuff? It's gonna be like... Wasn't it the ending of Speed where, like, Keanu Reeves was like... It was either Keanu or the girl that's like, relationships based off of a traumatic experience never last. Or like emotional and stuff? Is this a date? The sirens in my head are just about to go off, but this time I'm fast to realize that's just my social ineptitude acting up. No way in hell a girl like Trish would want anything from me. She's just lonely without her friends. I'm not even sure I would want anything from her. Like, she's better company than 99% of all other students here. But though that's not saying much. We have pretty much nothing in common. Anyway, better not try not to fuck this up and act cool. Trish has still just lost her best friend, and I should respect that. Like, not talk my mouth off about video games and stuff. So, Trish, you've been playing Elden Ring, right? Have you put those foolish ambitions to rest? With that in mind, I finish the rest of my morning ritual and then head out for our rendezvous point. Despite my reasoning, I'm getting more and more anxious. What if Trish wants to hang out with me from now on? Not that I'd hate it, but Trish has a habit of being loud, the center of attention. That goes straight against my be invisible policy. And how long would that be anyways? Till Reed comes out of the hospital? I don't want to be like the rebound backup friend. How did my life get so complicated anyways? Oh, there she is. And someone else. From this distance, I can't make who the other person might be. Did Trish invite another girl for our walk, or did they just randomly run into each other? Trish or no, I won't fucking submit myself to two girls at the same time. That's just too much for one man to handle. There's just no way. Are they both at... Huh? Just as I'm about to review my options, the mystery dinosaur walks off towards the school. I idle for another minute or so, making sure she won't come back. When it looks like the coast is clear, I'll walk up to Trish. Hey, Trish. Sup, Bannon? How's my favorite spear chucker doing? You know me. Chucking spears and making fire. It's what we do. Was that supposed to be endearing? Trish sure is in a good mood today. Now that's a fucking scary state of affairs. Yeah, I'm okay. We stand around a bit after that. I've never walked anyone to school, so I have no idea if there's a protocol to follow or anything. But just hold my hand, baby, and we'll make it eventually. So, let's go? Sure. My feet hurt. I'm sweating. Trish is too close to me. People can see us now. My walking pace is uneven. Should I be looking at her or face forward? This is so complicated. On top of everything, she keeps asking me all these questions. How's living in Skid Row? That's okay, I guess. Just have to carry a knife with me all the time. You've moved here only a month ago, yeah? Yeah. I keep my answers short, afraid that I'll let something slip and reveal my power level if she keeps going. I never realized just how long 10 minutes can take. We share last period, right? I think. All I can focus on is the school building at the end of the street. I'm so desperate to get there that at first I didn't even notice Trish disappearing from my side. Huh? Why'd she stop? Trish? What was your problem? What do you mean? I'm trying to start a conversation here. Not like you care. But we've been conversing, haven't we? Yeah, right. What the fuck is her problem? I have no idea. Wait, Annan, are you trying to tell me... Have you never talked with a girl before? No, of course not. For real? Well, why did you transfer here anyways? Well, we'll sit down. Let's tell the truth. I hate this face. I hate it so much. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge. Come on, come on, tell her that you're that you're a weirdo. Tell her about your photoshopping. I'm get the fuck out of Dodge. That's really. Whoops! Would you look at that? I love talking to you, but we gotta get a class back. Bye. Hey, Hannon. That could not have gone worse. It's a good thing I don't have to see Trish until last period. Thanks to my unmatched skill of stealth, I managed to evade her in the hallways too, at least till lunch period rolls around. What was that noise? Whose footprints are these? Meaning I've been hiding in the men's toilet. Afraid of becoming her target in the cafeteria, I instead opt for a walk around the gardens. Unexpectedly, though, I'm not alone out here. There's a girl tending to the flowers. They're all trampled and stuff. Huge clumps of nearby bushes have been removed. It's the spot where Fang fell, I think. Well then. Yeah, she just fell here, I guess. The girl looks familiar too, though I can't place her. Oh, wait, right. She's one of the girls I marked down as Trish's friend. According to her social media profile, she's in the gardening club. I think she's also the same dino Trish met this morning. Might as well go talk to her. Perhaps I can have one normal conversation today. Hello, human I've never met before. Alright then. My name is Hannon. And they call me Stella. They? Uh-huh. Right. So, what you doing out here? It's lunch period. Oh, I know. I'm here to collect the last of Fang's feathers from under the bushes. Let's go find the body bag, zip it open, and piss on her corpse too. Why not? Like, she's in a body bag right now. Like she's even paler than she usually is. Like she's just lying. Well, actually, she would be in a coffin. Never mind what I said. I just. Oh, I know. I'm here to collect the last of Fang's feathers from under the bushes. Holy fucking shit! They made a student do that. What's wrong with this school? Maybe he should turn in his resignation. Jesus Christ! No, I volunteered. Shit, did I say that out loud? Sorry, but, why? This way I'll be able to commune with her spirit. I've been meaning to do it a lot earlier, but the meanies from the police won't let me come here till the school reopened. Spears gave the go-ahead, though, and so here I am. It's rare enough. It's a rare enough thing that what I'm about to do, but it feels like I need to take charge of this conversation before my last remaining brain cells commit suicide. You should. Please. So, you knew Fang? In a way. Meaning, I had to oversee her many times in detention. We were on good enough terms, I think. You aren't looking especially sad about her passing. Oh, Rhiannon, but death is just another door. Right. Let's steer back towards not retard waters. Then you knew Trish as well. Sure do. Alright, it's confirmed then. So, like, what now? Are you a friend of Trish's? I guess. Why? Could you please do me a favor then? Sure. Yay! I knew I could count on you. 'Cause of... So what's the favor? It's 2 favors, actually. Great. Let's hear 'em. Trish is going through a lot right now, I'm sure you know. But she's super caring for her friends. However bad she acts, please don't get upset at her. What, like just on the off chance she decides to beat me bloody? I should know it's a caring readjustment of my internal organs. 'Cause after our fight this morning, that's what I'm expecting. Let's hear her out. I'll try. Stella doesn't look thrilled with my answer, but she doesn't argue the point. Could you also give her one of these feathers? Stella holds out a handful of monochromatic feathers. Wow, she wasn't kidding. This is some heavy stuff. The feathers come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. Some of them are broken and missing large parts of their bodies. Others look completely fine. Why didn't the police pick these up? Others look completely fine. To commune with her spirit, huh? I've shunned the idea earlier, but now, looking at literal pieces of Fang's body, even with her gone and buried in some cemetery, I can still just reach out and touch her. It's a weird feeling. I take one of the nicer looking feathers from Stella, assuring her that I'll get it to Trish on her behalf. It's like Assassin's Creed 2. The bell rings not long after, so we go to our respective classes. This is not how I expected this story to go. Not that I can pay a lot of attention to the teacher. The knowledge of that feather in my pocket lays heavy on me all the rest of the day. Even though I haven't known Fang for long, and we haven't shared one positive memory, for the first time, I feel like I'm starting to understand something. The finality of the situation. From my perspective, Fang came and Fang went. It wasn't a big deal. But for everyone else, and for her family and friends most of all, she was a constant that's just gone now. And she's never coming back. The sight of Trish crying her heart out on the sidewalk flashed before my eyes. At the time, I thought she was overreacting. Now I'm starting to understand the magnitude of her loss. Shit, they've been best friends, haven't they? I should have figured out that her smile during our walk wasn't real. She probably went to great lengths to fake that. For me? Or just in general. In any case, I should apologize to her for being a spurg. Like Stella said, She's going through a lot as it is. Surely she doesn't need me being a weirdo on top of that. I wonder what Trish needs the feather for, though. A keepsake, probably. At least I can't really see her trying to summon the dead or anything. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Trigger's grimoire. Trigger man. I'm so lost in thought that I don't even realize as autopilot takes me inside the classroom. Not until I notice a certain someone sitting on top of my desk waiting for me. We're the only two people in the room right now. Me first. I brace for the worst. At least she's using her words, not her fists. Or horns. I'm sorry. Not what you were expecting? Well, no. I'm not some savage, you know. Feels kinda shitty that the only emotion you're expecting me to show is anger. So, shit it. Yes, ma'am. Look, it's like... Whatever the reason for your transfer, you don't have to tell me. Everyone's got shit in their past they'd rather be forgetting. Where have I heard that before? Everyone's fighting their own battles. I muttered the sentence more than anything, but Trish still manages to catch it. Yeah, something like that. It's something Spears told me. Didn't really get it at the time, and I don't think I fully get it now, but I'm just trying to say that I'm sorry too. Trish doesn't react for so long that I'm starting to be afraid I said something wrong. After an unimaginably long time, finally her mouth curls up to a lopsided smile. Truce? Sure, yeah. Truce. From now on, you can at least try to act like I'm a real person, yeah? I did try. I'm just not good at this, talking to people thing. You know, I kinda got it that you're a nerd. And you're okay with that? Why wouldn't I be? We're friends after all, right? Right. I'll go on to my desk now, and you pull yourself together. Sure. Want to walk me to Astro Corner after class? Yeah. Splendid. With that, she takes off. It's not till she's basically halfway to her seat that I remember something. Trish. The expression on her face is somewhere between curiosity and embarrassment, though I'm not sure what the latter is for. I carefully pull Fang's feather from my pocket and hand it to Trish. She takes it with equal care, biting her lip. We don't say anything more to each other, especially as the first few students start milling into the classroom. After class, just as we've agreed, I walk Trish back to the edge of Skin Row. In fact, from that day forward, it's become our little tradition, walking to and fro from school together. By the end of the week, we're pretty much able to handle basic small talk, even some banter at spots. Though those spots were quite rare. I'm always afraid I've missed some social cue, like when I'm supposed to ask something out of niceness and stuff. I haven't dropped my guard enough to reveal my power level either. Trish keeps saying that she doesn't want me faking a personality, but I'm still afraid she'd want to cut ties with me if she knew how big a degenerate I actually am. As for her, I can barely tell what's going on inside of her head. Like, that basically goes for anyone else too. Though in her case, I'm apparently trying to figure it out. How does she feel about Fang? Is she bottling up her grief or anger or whatever? Or does she have an outlet or what for that? A real healthy outlet, I mean. She never really talks to me about that stuff, so I hope she does. I almost outright asked her a few times, but then again our little truce stands entirely on the premise that we won't pry personal stuff. Having a friend is nice enough. Friday. Things are not all rainbows and sunshine, though. Not at all. The end of the week brought something new with it, something I had hoped I could perhaps gloss over. But I cannot. 2 dreaded letters. P-E. What's this letter for? I had never seen a bunch of slackers like y'all in my life. It's something else. Let me tell you. Hop to it, son. Hop to it, son. Yes, sir. We haven't even done anything except lining up for roll call, and I'm already sweating. Not from the exhaustion, but because I absolutely hate showing off my lanklet body. For times like these, I've invented a safety system. Examining my shoes in great detail, avoiding eye contact with anyone at all times. I got bullied enough as is. I don't need to be teased for not having a tail or wings or whatever. Thank God the teacher is this hard-ass veteran or something, and he's keeping everyone busy. That is, till the last 20 minutes, when he decides we're going to play basketball. In teams. Without delay, he picks the largest jock he could find as one of the captains, and some Latina chick for the other. I just love being the last pick. As expected, they're calling everyone but me. I'm actually starting to hope that at some point they'll have enough players without me. Trish. Huh? I haven't even realized she's in this class. Sure enough, the very familiar figure of Trish appears from behind the crowd, and, legs for days and days. You listening to me, son? What happened? I said move your damn ass to the field. I look around, panicked. Seems like I've been so preoccupied with trigger booty that I've totally missed the start of the actual basketball game. Everyone's staring at me, snickering, sneering, whispering between each other. Ah, fuck. Run away, sir. I have no idea which team I'm actually on, so I'll pick a side at random. Fortunately, my guess is correct, and I'm on Team Jock. Unfortunately, that sets me up against a team made up of largely of girls. During the match, I try to keep to the outlines as much as possible. Nobody passes me the ball, and that's something I can wholeheartedly live with. That's weird, though. It seems that I'm not the only one adopting this tactic. Trish is mostly staying behind, too, only ever interacting with the others when absolutely necessary. The difference between the two of us is that while my team captain is fine with me being out of the way and not being a liability, that the Latina Dino keeps harassing Trish to join the fray. Come on, Trish. Show them what you're made of. Estupido, Trish, move your ass. This girl is a virtual wrecking ball, too, shoving aside anyone in her path with no regard. Trish blows off most of her commands, doing the absolute minimum required of her. Near the end of the match, the worst possible thing happens, though. The worst possible thing! I'm being passed the ball by none other than our team captain. He's just successfully wrestled it away from the opposing leader and passed it to me. It's a miracle alone that I was able to catch it. Becoming the target of that girl's fury, now that's something I can't handle. Oh God. All I know is that I need to act, lest I'll be stomped to a pulp. Without knowing much about what I'm doing, I force my body to move, frantically bouncing the ball. Thankfully, my team members have more or less opened a path for me, and for a second or two, even I start to believe that I can maybe pull off a successful attack. Pull off a space jam with my arms stretching out. In the last second, however, someone violently tackles me from the side. Gotcha. At the same time, a whistle sounds, signaling the end of the match. Slowly, the crowd pours out of the gym hall and towards the lockers, dudes high-fiving and bantering between themselves. Soon I'm left alone, splayed out on the floor, my assailant towering over me. You okay, Annan? Yeah, I think. Didn't think you'd fall over with that bulky body of yours. I'm not bulky. Yeah, you're right. A chimpanzee is more muscular than you. It's a chimp. Have you seen those pictures? Jesus Christ. I've heard those phone calls. They're horrifying. Gee, thanks. Come on now, I'm just talking shit. I take her extended arm, getting back up on my feet. Compared to me, you're a mountain. That's a compliment, right? Yes, and it's customary to return it, you know. Let's have another look at that. You're wow, is it that hard? You have... You have nice feet? So that's what you're ogling at? Didn't you take you for that kind of guy? I wasn't ogling. You're right. You weren't checking me out. Yeah, you totally weren't checking me out earlier. Yeah. He's still my breathing heart. I might have. I knew it. Aren't you mad? Nah, Annan. I know I'm the sexiest and cutest girl around. Check this out. Put those away. I'll take it. I need a double take to process what I'm seeing. What the fuck? Is that a fucking Nico pose? Yeah? You like that? I guess. Yeah. The other day I looked up what geek losers like you might be into, and that was one of the results. I'm speechless. Let's go. Don't want to be late for class. After class, we walk back to AstroTurf Corner as per our new custom. Except the normally 10-minute walk stretches to almost like half an hour, both of us exhausted. After the round of torture people call physical education. We explore the idea of getting together during the weekend. Sadly, though, they've dumped so much homework on all of us that it's going to have to wait. No doubt, to make up for the 2 weeks we've missed. Just as well, really, because I have no idea what we could do together. I doubt it very much Trish would be interested in video games or anime, and a walk in the park or whatever sounds way too boring. Regardless, we loiter for quite some time before saying goodbyes, bantering and shit. Man, I'm fucking dead. It's not very manly to whine in front of a lady, you uneducated monkey. Oh, I'm sorry, is that what you are? A lady? Thought you got a good enough view of my lady bits today. Thought you got a good enough view of my lady bits today. What? Nothing to say? What is there to say to that? Jesus Christ. Shut up. Come on, I'll even give you a free pass to think about my feet. Jesus Christ. On his cross of rock. I'll give you a free pass to think about my feet tonight. Oh boy. I'm thinking about that one really nasty picture of that guy with with a giant foot in his mouth and like the middle toe has a ring on it. You know, if you've seen that disgusting. And just ending with that is. But just this once. Could you please drop that? I said that in like the heat of the moment. Yeah, right, weirdo. Ass. Trish isn't actually all that bad as I feared she would be. I mean, if someone would have told me a month back that I'd be friends with a dinosaur, and a trigger at that, I would have laughed at it in his face. But like, I kind of enjoy the straightforward, no-nonsense nature of this girl. Plus, she's not making fun of me like anyone else would. So that's a huge bonus right there. I'm very worried that she's clammed up about the whole fang thing, though. We haven't talked about it because she's never brought it up, but I can't let it go any longer. Hey, so, Trish, yeah? Are you, like, fine? Do I not look fine to you? Like the finest piece of ass around? Yeah, but I mean more like, after Jesus, we're gonna drown in spaghetti. Can't back down now. Is everything alright? Is everything okay? Like, you know, with stuff. Every bit of me is fine, thank you very much. Come on, Trish, I'm being serious. Seeing that I'm not joking around, she gets serious too. Kinda cold, actually. You still can't read a fucking room, can you? What? Can't you just accept that things are fine? We're gonna let it go. Yeah, sure, yeah. Didn't mean to pry. I'm sorry. Apology accepted. Have a nice weekend, Annan. You too. The next day. In order to solve this problem, we must establish the concept that x squared equals large X. Like, I don't get this shit at all. Well, I've been at it for like, an hour now. That's plenty of time wasted on homework. There's only so few hours in the weekend, after all. I press the power button to breathe life into my toaster of a PC, listening to the poor machine whir as it loads the dozens of open browser tabs. I hate tabs. I fucking despise tabs. They just get so crunched up, and then at a certain point you have to scroll through them, and it's just I mean, at least when you have enough tabs, like Firefox has like a button that puts them all down into a list, which makes that a little better. But yeah, I guess it's about time I wade through my backlog, close any images and threads that have since 404'd, such and such. Can't even remember when was the last time I did that. Geez, even the tabs I've opened to stalk, to find the mystery hair buns girl, are still open. What's that? A friend request? No, two friend requests. Huh. Since when am I this popular? Are these some bots or... Huh. They're from Trish and Stella. They're not even that old. Both came this weekend. And only a few seconds apart from one another. What's going on here? Are they having a sleepover or something? The mental image that thought just put into my head alone is enough to make me drool. And girls seem to do weird shit with each other. And that's just me going off of videos that I've seen. They're just... Like, if I slap my dick against another dude's dick, would that not be gay? Like... and then you see these videos of girls doing shit in, like, a non-gay way. It's just... I don't get it. It's a strange thing to think about. Looks like I'm not the only one procrastinating today. With a shrug, I accept both requests, sending each girl a wave emoji as suggested by the application. I also remember to tell Stella I gave Trish the feather. Afterwards, I return to cleaning up my browser history. With any luck... That was a good use of... That was a good way to reuse that asset. That was the ding-dong bing-bong. A reply already? That was fast. Hi, Annan. Yes, I know we're trying to... Yes, I know we're trying to summon Fang right now. Want to join us? I got the black hoods ready and everything. Do I? Do you? Really? Well, I guess it's a choice, so... Why the fuck not? I'm just about to type in my answer when another message from Stella arrives. Never mind, lol, Trish said no. Well then, that would be Holmes. She's so cute. Okay. She also says I shouldn't call her cute, but that's cute too. Hold on now, she's angry. AFK. Rest in ripperoni, crazy girl. F's in the chat for Stella. Looks like I was right, though, and they are having a sleepover. I can't tell if I should be happy or sad about not being able to attend. Seeing both girls in their pajamas or underwear would be a godsend. Now that summoning ritual, whatever I can do without, though. Trish must be pretty desperate to try that. What on earth is she expecting? It'd make excellent fodder to get back at her for the whole feet thing if it wasn't about Fang. I wait for a couple more minutes, but soon it becomes apparent that Stella is too preoccupied, being bludgeoned to death by an angry trigger, to send any messages. Oh well, not my problem. Eventually, the nagging feeling in the back of my mind compels me to study some more. Trish's beating must have been pretty thorough, because not a single message arrives for all the rest of the day. Either that, or Stella managed to get herself possessed by a ghost. I decide to check on her when I get the chance. Like to see how many of her teeth Trish kicked in or something. Monday. If I didn't know any better, I never could have told a school shooting happened here not 1 month back. Everyone's going about their business like it was one of the most averagest of average days. Worrying about their grades, their clothes and hair, whether their skills shine brightly enough for their crush to notice them. It's so surreal, just being able to stroll down the hallway without Naomi's shrill voice echoing in my ear, and without having to evade Fang and her crew. On that latter note, I guess I ended up becoming part of that crew. Wonder what Fang would think about that. Would she have anything against me becoming friends with Trish? Yeah, probably. Does Trish ever think about that? That she's disrespecting the wishes of her dead friend? Doubt I'll ever really know. Either way, it's lunch period now. I haven't made any promises to Trish, but I guess I could meet her up in the cafeteria. Or I could check on Stella like I planned. Decisions. Why not find that little trigger? I'm sure she could use some company. I'm just like Louis C.K. over here. That trigger made me a damn fine cup of coffee. God damn. She made the shit out of my coffee. You should know better not to use such language, Annan. They call me a monkey. Like, what do you want? You fight. I'm a spear chucker. I fight fire with fire. Oh shit! Did I say that out loud? Was I being casually racist again? Yes, you did. I mean, good morning, sir. And please follow me to my office. Fuck. And stop with the damn cussing under your breath. Don't cuss. Oh, you need to join the no cussing club. Your breath. I go with Spears, a feeling of dread washing over me. The only positive thing in my current predicament is seeing the principal has gotten back to his old self, not that tired old man I've seen after the memorial. I'll get straight to the point. Well, at least my death will come quick. I see you've made friends with a certain Triceratops. Uh-huh. Yeah. I do not wish to intrude upon your personal affairs, but in light of recent events, I would like to ask you some questions concerning your friend. Sure. How is Trish handling the situation? I think she's, I almost immediately blurt out that she's doing fine. When I stop to think about it, though, I'm not sure. Trish is easily the toughest person I know. Second only to Spears himself, maybe. Still, every time I see her smile or laugh or go on about how amazing she is, I can't help but wonder if it's all just a mask. Some defense mechanism to cope with the grief. I think she's doing good in the given circumstances. How do you mean? Well, what can I even say? Isn't that kind of fucked up, talking about someone behind their back? Behind her back? And you must understand that your friend's well-being is my only concern here. I'm not interested in gossip. As you must already know, Trish is in a rough spot right now. If there's another tragedy afoot, I would very much like to stop it from happening. We haven't ever talked about Fang or any of that. But I think Trish is coping with it, like, in a healthy way. I don't think so at all. So, to your knowledge, she's not having episodes, she's not depressed, or anything of the sort. To my knowledge, she's not. Spears is visibly relieved hearing that. I see. Thank you for your honesty, Annan. Can I assume you're going to continue supporting her? Supporting her? I can't even normally communicate with her half the time. Yeah? Spears nods. That's very good, Annan. Here at school, we're doing our best to prepare you all for adulthood, and caring for your peers is a significant step towards developing a healthy amount of empathy. Right, empathy. As you may know, you may go now, unless you have any questions of your own. Are you really going to resign? Perhaps. Seriously? Spears sighs, sinking into his chair. For a second or two, I can just see how tired he really is. It's no secret among the staff that I've been looking for my successor for some time now. What's happened with Fang, it made me reevaluate things. So you see, son, the better question is, am I going to stay? I guess that's what that's supposed to say. And are you? I guess silence is answer enough. Anything I can do for Trish? I understand that you worry about your friend, but listen to me now, Annan. At times like these, a person just might need a little distraction. A distraction? What, is he saying like I'm just clowning around with Trish? That if she didn't need me around to pass the time, I wouldn't even have to be there? A better word to use might be normalcy. You can be sure Trish thinks a hell of a lot about Fang and everything that happened. However, if she can't take any breaks, it'll destroy her. Everyone needs some cheer in their lives. Is that why she doesn't want to talk to me about it? I'm sorry, Annan. I'm not as familiar with your relationship as you might think I might be. But yes, it's possible she's keeping it from you because she'd rather share the good bits of her day with you. Huh. Never really thought about it like that. I think I understand. Thank you, sir. Why don't you just ask her parents or read? Spears shuffles some papers around on his desk. chewing on the question. The more I think about it, the less sense it makes for Spears to ask me. Like, yeah, I hang out with Trish fairly often, but wouldn't Reed be the guy to go to? Not sure why, but that thought makes me a little sad. After the first round of interviews, Reed has refused to accept any visitors, including me. That's weird. If I had to guess, I'd say he's just as wary of the goddamned politics as I am. And naturally, I've approached Trish's parents as well. I don't know how much she's told you about her situation. So I'm afraid you'll just have to ask her about that. Sure, yeah. Questions or no, time doesn't wait on me. A bell rings just outside Spears' office, signaling the end of lunch period. As such, he thanks me again for my cooperation, then practically shoves me outside onto the hallway. It's only then that I realize I haven't eaten anything. God damn it. The rest of the classes go by without incident. Soon we're out in the questionably clean air of Skin Row. Trish is being unusually quiet. It's probably not a good sign. Haven't seen you around today. Sorry, I've been busy. Is that so? I have a life too, you know. Oh yeah, you. A life. Am I hearing things? She falls silent again after that, though only for a minute or so. Are you doing anything this afternoon? She's not asking 'cause, like, for a date or anything, right? Why? I was gonna go see Reed. Thought you might want to come with me. Oh. That's both a relief and kind of disappointing at the same time. Sure. Trish stops, surprise written on her face. What's wrong? Nothing, Why do you want to come? Huh? What kind of question is that? Just answer it. I mean, I don't know. What do you want me to say? You haven't asked me about Reed once. Why'd you want to visit him if you don't care? Is this some female bullshittery? Like, is she arguing just to argue? Is she angry because she thinks I deliberately avoided her today? Why did you even ask me then? I wanted to know if you're coming for my sake or for Reed's sake. Like, are you asking if I'm just pretending to care? Yeah, are you? No. Well, I mean, maybe. It's not like I don't care about Reed. More like I don't care about him. What? I hate talking about feelings and stuff. I can't even figure out what I want to say, let alone not be a retard about it. Look, Reed is a solid bro, but I mean, he didn't try to contact me either. Like, isn't that just normal? We met like once. I just can't care about him as much as I care about you. What's with that look? I said something stupid, haven't I? Trish? Yeah, fine. You can come with me. I'm not really sure what just happened, but I can accept yes as an answer. In any event, we hop on the first bus that will, according to Trish, take us to the hospital. Trish is once again clammed up and wouldn't even let up when I'm trying to initiate a conversation. All I've managed to get out of her was that this is the first time she could come and see Reed. Which is kind of weird, because it's been weeks. Was his injury that bad or something? Has he been in a coma? I guess we'll find out soon enough. The hospital is much nicer than what I've expected. Plush carpeting, wooden furniture, all the 9 yards. That's what you get from a so-called private medical center. For a second, it makes me wonder just how wealthy Reed's family must be. But then I realize it's thanks to the mayor's donations, no doubt. Whatever the reason, it's definitely fancy. Plus, the nurses and doctors seem to know like they know their stuff. Trish checks in at the reception desk, and we're informed that Reed will be finishing his round of physical therapy momentarily. Till then, we wait. Trish looks kind of nervous. Kind of very nervous, actually. Unsure what to do in a situation like this, I try to distract her with some banter. I'm not sure if it works or not. Hard to measure what you prevent. Eventually, a nurse comes and takes us to Reed's room. The door isn't even all the way open as Trish rushes forward, embracing her friend in a tight hug. Man, I wish she'd hug me like that too. Shaking my jealousy, I enter the room as well. Step 5. Accepting your death. It always surprises me. Yeah, it's always a surprise. Oh boy. I don't know anymore. Hey guys. Oh my god, Reed, I was so worried. Trish is borderline hysterical, loud sobs following her every other word. Didn't we talk like yesterday or something? Yeah, but it's okay. I'm sorry I didn't let you come sooner. It's just, with all the surgeries and stuff, I was a mess. Didn't want you to see me like that. I don't care, you asshole. I just wanted to see you. Wow. All I get are insults and fighting. Like I know I'm a dick for thinking this. Reed almost fucking died after all, but I guess I should say something too. So, Reed, how are you doing? Well, my right kneecap almost got entirely busted. They've had to, reconstruct it, then readjust it, then do some more magic, but at least I'll get to walk on it again. And that's good. Yeah. You know, it's just, he doesn't explain further. I don't entirely get what he means, but it seems Trish does, placing a hand on Reed's shoulder. It's not your fault. Oh, that. Fang, she wouldn't listen. I don't think she really wanted to do any of that. She was so hesitant, and tears well up in Reed's eyes, the beeping of his heart monitor picking up. And that look in her eyes, He can't go on any further, heavy tears running down his cheeks. This is so fucked up. Come on, Reed. At least you tried, right? Nobody talks for a while. All three of us are listening to the beeping and humming of the medical equipment surrounding the bed. Multiple surgeries and physical therapy, huh? Guess those must feel like a minor inconvenience after watching one of your best friends shoot you and then jump to her death. I find it mildly amusing, though, how they're all referring to Fang by clearly female pronouns now. I'll have to ask Trish about that when I get the chance. Which is, well, not now. Eventually both Reed and Trish calm down enough in order to have a more or less decent chat. I stay in the background, only ever interjecting with a joke, or question when it feels safe. We stay for about an hour, all in all, before a nurse comes to take us away, claiming Reed needs to rest. Trish is very reluctant to leave, and it takes both the nurse and Reed to talk her into it. On the bus ride back home, she's just blankly looking out of the windows, as if I wasn't even there. It makes me feel kind of weird. Like I'm well aware I'm still just being a dick. But I feel so jealous about how affectionate Trish was with Reed. I mean, yeah, I knew all along this was gonna happen. She got her friend back, and now she doesn't need me. Why does that make me feel so bad? Didn't I just want to remain invisible? How did I end up caring for this stupid little trigger? Hey, Annan? I don't feel like going home yet. Well, we could can I come over to your place? To be continued. Well, I didn't expect it to be like a two-parter or something. Actually, before the video ends, I should probably, do the choices. Okay, I think what these choices are is just you get more dialogue and that's it. Now that I understand it. Yeah, talk to him, leave, that's just more dialogue. That's not a choice. Hear her out, leave, okay. Let's do this one. Yes. I don't like you at all. This is no... Okay, wait a minute. You weren't checking me out. No, I wasn't ogling. This is no time to panic. Damage control mode activate. Now. No, I wasn't. Sure you weren't. I swear. Like, why would I, right? I'm gonna pretend you aren't trying to be a jerk right now. But you could have been honest at least. Sorry. I'm not sure if apologizing actually made anything better. It probably didn't. Let's go, don't want to be late for class. Okay. Okay. That was that. Okay, that was nothing. Yeah, Spears just comes and does his thing. And let's actually... Let me turn that down. Well, let's see what happens when I confront her. Trish, I know I'm a nerd and a weirdo and all that, but... It's like you said. We're friends. And as such, I care about you. Yeah, so what? Are you looking for something wrong with me because you want to be my knight in shining armor or something? What? No, you stupid trigger. She shudders at my audacity to use their word, glaring daggers at me. I'm so riled up, though, that I don't let up. But your best friend just died, in case you haven't noticed. So, remember, you said I shouldn't expect you to be angry all the time. Well, guess what? Maybe I've noticed that you're hiding your grief or sadness or whatever the fuck you want to call it. If you want me to see you like you're a real person, maybe you should start acting like one. Any moment now, I'm gonna get knocked the fuck out. She's gonna hit me any moment. She's gonna fucking gore me. That's it, Annan. This is how you die. It was all worth it, to be honest. At least you got to call someone a trigger to their face. Unexpectedly, though, Trish drops the tough girl act with a sigh, a bittersweet smile creeping onto her face. Didn't think you'd figure it out. You're less of a social retard than I thought, I guess. Thank you. Gotta work on your choice of words, though, 'cause you got me very close to beating the living shit out of you. I don't mind. Just be glad I like your dork ass. Right. I didn't mean to mislead you, Annan, but I don't think I can talk to anyone about that stuff. Not even you. Cool. So all I've achieved was that I got Trish mad at me. Nice going. Hold on. Suddenly Trish steps closer, placing one of her tiny hands on my forearm. But hey, I really appreciate that you care. Like, I'm happy about it, okay? Well, what do you do? What do you know? But then again, the femoid has made physical contact. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Terminate proximity access as pronto. All blood, report at the dick. I just let me step away and turn around and just push it down a little bit before it gets all the way through. Okay. We're all friends here. Happy friends. Oh boy. Kill me. Wow, you really know how to kill a moment. It's my forte. Well, I gotta get home anyways. Have a nice weekend, Annan. You too. Alright. Video's over. Go home. Get out. Leave! Well, that's that for Trish's route mod. For now. If, I'll try to pay attention and see when it gets finished, or at least when a part 2 comes out. Because who knows where exactly it's gonna go and how long it's gonna be. 'Cause that was pretty lengthy so far. But again, when it's continued on, I'll make another video for it. And now I'm gonna check on the other mods and see if I can figure all that out.